Welcome to this tutorial for the HondaJet version 2 for MSFS. It's super simple to fly, so let's get right into it. From a runway start, we'll head down to the FMC. In the flight plan page, we'll see the flight that we planned in the world map. A guide to world map flight planning is in the description below. The only change we'll need to make is to insert our cruising altitude about halfway along. So I'm going to enter 26,000 feet, which is the cruising altitude that I plan to fly at in the world map navlog. We can now see that the airplane automatically calculates a VNAV descent from our cruising altitude to our final approach fix altitude near the destination airport. Now head over to Speedbugs, click Get from Sim and switch on the Takeoff Speedbugs. Do the same on the landing tab, just click all on. Before we set up the autopilot, a quick note. If we see this item down here says suspended, just click the soft key to clear that message. Okay, flight director on, nav on, and we'll now dial in our cruising altitude of 26,000. With that done, we'll now activate flight level change mode. That's all there is to do, so park and brake off and full throttle. At your rotate speed, pull the nose back, raise the gear as soon as you have positive rate, and activate autopilot and auto throttle. I use joystick hotkeys to activate autopilot and auto throttle, but the physical buttons are located here. Raise the flaps at this point too. The airplane will now climb by itself to your cruising altitude, and when it reaches that cruising altitude you'll see the altitude annunciator. The airplane will level off. Now we're at cruise, it's time to find out our final descent altitude and our final approach fix. So we can see here that's 2,400. We're going to dial that in to the autopilot control panel here, and with that done we will arm VNAV, so when we reach top of descent the airplane will begin to descend on a VNAV path to that altitude. On the VNAV page we can now see a timer telling us we've got 13 minutes till our top of descent. If you're flying an ILS approach here, just head to audio and radios, head to nav 1, dial in your ILS frequency if required, and then hit transfer to make it the primary frequency. If you're flying RNAV, you obviously don't need to worry. At top of descent, you will see the VPath annunciator in green, and the airplane will pitch down slightly, reduce the power, and begin to descend on the VNAV path. On the VNAV page of the FMC, you will see a predicted time to your bottom of descent. The airplane will most likely turn on to final while you're descending. It will automatically switch nav source to the ILS. All you need to do is activate the approach button. If you're flying RNAV, the nav source won't change, so just hit approach when you turn on to final. Shortly afterwards, the airplane will automatically decelerate to approach speed, so just drop flaps and gear when that happens. The airplane will completely automatically follow the localizer, and as soon as it intercepts the glide slope, you will see the glide slope annunciator. The airplane will start to descend towards the runway. All that remains just before touchdown is disable autopilot and auto throttle, idle the throttle, and flare the nose. Try not to float quite as much as I did, but as soon as you touch down, apply the brakes, and that concludes your flight in the HondaJet. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you found this useful. If you did, please drop a like, feel free to subscribe for regular flight sim content, and take care. I will see you next time.